If he just disappeared, I could finally live for real. Heroes of today's story. Emma Carter, 34, fashion startup owner, wife of Liam Carter. Liam Carter, 36, financial consultant, husband of Emma Carter. Sophia Lopez, 32, social media influencer, best friend of Emma Carter. David Ramirez, 38, business partner of Liam Carter, romantic interest of Emma Carter. Clara Mendez, 40, former lawyer turned homemaker, neighbor of the Carters. Tommy Chang, 28, IT specialist, friend of Sophia Lopez. I'm clipping roses in the Carters' backyard, the kind of place where every petal's perfect and the sprinklers hum like clockwork. Palo Alto's got a way of making you feel small, all these mansions screaming money while I'm just the guy with dirt under his nails. Used to be a Marine, saw enough to know talk's cheap, but out here, it's the whispers that carry weight. I'm halfway through the bushes when I hear Emma Carter's voice from the terrace, sharp as a blade. If he just disappeared, I could finally live for real. She's leaning back in a wicker chair, legs crossed, wine glass dangling. Sophia Lopez, her influencer bestie, laughs like it's a sitcom. What, like stage a car crash? Insurance would set you up nice? I freeze, shears in hand. It's not the words, it's the way Emma doesn't flinch, like she's thought it before. I've heard plenty working these gardens, but this sticks. Emma's 34, runs a fashion startup, all glossy hair and ambition. Her husband, Liam, 36, is a financial consultant, the kind of guy who wears tailored suits but sweats when the market dips. They're hosting a party tonight, one of those Silicon Valley shindigs where everyone's chasing the next big thing. I'm sweeping the patio when the guests roll in, venture capitalists, startup bros, a DJ spinning tracks picked by an algorithm, drones zip overhead, dropping artisanal cocktails into outstretched hands. Emma's laughing with David Ramirez, Liam's business partner, a guy with a smile too smooth for his own good. Liam's across the lawn, talking crypto with a guy in a Tesla branded hoodie, but his eyes keep darting to Emma. I'm coiling a hose when Clara Mendez, the neighbor, sidles up. She's 40, used to be a hotshot lawyer, now plays housewife in yoga pants. You see more than you let on, don't you? She says, voice low. I shrug. Marines don't spill, but she leans in. Liam's not what he seems. Screwed me over years ago, cost me my career. Her eyes burn with something old, something personal. She says Liam framed her for a client data leak, tanked her reputation to cover his own shady deals. Now she's watching him, waiting for a slip. The party's in full swing, VR headsets passed around like party favors. Emma's flirting harder with David, her hand brushing his arm. Sophia's filming it all for her Insta, captioning it Silicon Valley Nights. Liam's grip tightens on his drink. I'm pruning a hedge, invisible to these folks, but I hear Clara mutter, "Karma's coming, Liam." I don't know if Emma's joking about wanting him gone, but the air feels heavy, like before a firefight. I've seen enough to know words like hers don't just vanish, they fester. I'm at Sophia Lopez's place, raking her Zen garden, the kind that's supposed to scream serenity but looks like it hasn't been touched in months. Sophia's got 200,000 Instagram followers, peddling perfect vibes with filtered selfies, but her backyard's a mess, overgrown bamboo, cracked stones, a fountain that's more algae than water. I'm blending into the scenery, just the guy with the rake, when I hear Emma Carter's voice from the pool deck, sharp and restless. Liam's suffocating me. Always, we can't afford this, we can't afford that. I deserve more than this starter life. Sophia, lounging in a neon bikini, scrolls her phone, smirking. So make him crash on the couch. Or, crash for real. Insurance money spends easy. Emma laughs, but it's thin. Like she's trying on the idea for size. I keep raking, slow and steady, but my ears are locked in. I've heard plenty of ugly talk in these Palo Alto gardens, affairs, tax dodges, you name it, but this feels heavier, like a seed planted in bad soil. Sophia's pushing now, her voice low, conspiratorial. Think about it, Em. A little accident, nothing crazy. You cash out, start fresh. David's got the cash to back your startup, right? Emma's quiet, too quiet, then mutters, maybe. I don't know. I glance up, catch her staring at the pool, her reflection rippling like she's seeing a different life. Sophia leans in, all fake sympathy. You're wasting your prime years. Liam's holding you back. I've seen this before in the core. Someone planting doubt, watching it grow. Emma's not sold yet, but she's listening, and that's dangerous enough. I'm back at the Carters that night for another one of their Silicon Valley blowouts, the kind where money and ego compete for the spotlight. The backyard's transformed into a tech bro's wet dream. A holographic projector beams a fake Milky Way over the dance floor, and drones zip around, dropping artisanal cocktails into hands clutching iPhones. A DJ spins tracks curated by some AI startup, while a guy in a hoodie pitches his blockchain app to a circle of venture capitalists. Emma's in a sleek black dress, glued to David Ramirez, Liam's business partner. David's 38, all charm and sharp edges, the kind of guy who'd sell his soul for a Series A round. He's promising to fund Emma's fashion startup, his hand lingering on her arm. Liam's across the lawn, arguing with a crypto bro about Dogecoin's volatility, but his eyes keep darting to Emma, narrow and suspicious. I'm trimming topiaries near the bar, invisible to these folks, when I overhear Liam on his phone, voice tight. I need that offshore account locked down now. No, I don't care about the audit risk. Just do it. He hangs up, downs his whiskey, and scans the crowd for Emma. I've seen guys like him before, juggling secrets until they drop. David's not helping. I catch him later, leaning against a palm tree, telling a guest, Liam's over-leveraged. One bad move, and his whole house of cards collapses. His smile's too easy, like he's already planning the fallout. Clara Mendez is here, sipping a martini by the koi pond, her eyes locked on Liam like he's a target. She's 40, used to be a hotshot lawyer in San Francisco, now plays the Palo Alto housewife, but there's a hardness to her like steel under silk. She catches me coiling a hose and sidles up, voice low. You see more than you let on, don't you? Liam's not what he seems. I shrug. Marines don't spill, but she keeps talking like she's been holding it in too long. 7 years ago, he framed me for a client data leak at my firm, said I was sloppy, but it was his deal that went south. Cost me my partnership, my reputation. I had to start over while he climbed. Her voice cracks, just for a second, and I see the wound, still raw, evidence of revenge. She's been watching Liam ever since, collecting scraps of his mistakes, waiting for her shot. He's bleeding money now, she says, hiding it from Emma. I'm going to make sure she knows. I nod, say nothing, but my mind's turning. Clara's not just after justice. She wants Liam to feel what she felt, stripped bare. I've seen that look before. In buddies who came back from deployment with scores to settle, it never ends clean. She slips me a USB drive, small and black, like it's nothing. Give this to Tommy Chang, Sophia's friend. He'll know what to do. Tommy's 28, an IT whiz who runs in Sophia's influencer circle, always glued to his laptop. I don't ask questions, just tuck it in my pocket. Later, I drop it off at Tommy's apartment, a cramped studio littered with Red Bull cans. He takes it, eyes darting, like he's already regretting saying yes to Clara. "This better not blow back on me," he mutters. I don't reply, just leave. The party's still raging when I get back. A tech bro's showing off a VR headset, letting guests pitch to virtual sharks from Shark Tank. Emma's practically in David's lap now, whispering about her startup, her laugh too loud, like she's trying to drown something out. Liam's on edge, snapping at a waiter who spills a drink, his knuckles white around his glass. I'm sweeping the deck when I overhear David corner him by the bar. "Give me 60% of the firm, Liam, or I tell Emma about your little Cayman Islands scam." Liam's face goes pale, but he shoves David hard. "You're bluffing," he hisses. A few heads turn, but the music, some glitchy EDM track, drowns it out. David just laughs, low and mean, and walks away. Sophia's working Emma like a pro. I'm back at her place the next day, pulling weeds from her neglected flower beds, when I hear them again, this time in her sunroom. Sophia is scrolling through photos of her latest Maldives trip, tossing her hair. "Look at this, Em. This is the life you could have. But Liam's dragging you down with his boring budget crap." Emma's pacing, her heels clicking on the tile. "He wasn't always like this. We used to dream big, you know? Now it's just survival." Sophia pounces. "Exactly. You're 34, not 50. Cut him loose. David's into you, and he's got the cash. All it takes is one little accident." She air quotes the word, but her eyes are serious. Emma stops pacing, stares out the window. "What, like mess with his car? That's insane." Sophia shrugs. "Is it? People do it all the time. A little brake fluid leak. A scare. He's fine. You're rich." Emma doesn't say yes, but she doesn't say no either. She just sips her mimosa, and I can almost see the idea taking hold, like a weed I missed. Clara's moving faster now. I'm at the Carters again, hauling bags of mulch, when she pulls me aside in the driveway. "Tommy's in," she says, her voice clipped like she's briefing a client. He's digging through Liam's cloud, found some transfers to a fake AI startup, $500 case so far. She shows me a printout bank records with Liam's name circled in red. This is just the start. He's been doing this for years, same trick he used on me. Her jaw tightens, and I catch a flash of the lawyer she used to be, the one who'd shred opponents in court. I lost everything, my firm, my savings, my name. Liam walked away clean, built this life with Emma, no more. I ask if she's sure, because this kind of play doesn't just burn the target, it scorches everyone around. She looks me dead in the eye. "I'm sure he deserves it. I'm starting to see the cracks in this perfect Silicon Valley world." Emma's dreaming of a life Liam can't give her, Sophia's fanning the flames, David's playing both sides, and Clara's got a vendetta that's been simmering for years. Liam's juggling secrets, but he's running out of hands. Me, I'm just the gardener, watching the roots spread, waiting for the inevitable bloom. But I've got a feeling this garden's about to get messy. I'm at Clara Mendez's place, mulching her flower beds, the kind of job that lets me blend into the background while Palo Alto's secrets spill out. Clara's in her gazebo, huddled with Tommy Chang, the IT whiz who's neck deep in her plan. Tommy's voice shakes as he scrolls through his laptop. Liam's moved $3 million offshore. Clara, shell companies, fake AI startups, the works. Clara's calm, but her eyes are steel, like she's staring down a jury. We leak this to the feds, he's done. No more games. She's not just after justice. Liam's betrayal 7 years ago cost her a partnership at a top San Francisco law firm, left her scraping by while he built a mansion with Emma. He framed me for a screw-up, she tells Tommy, her voice low but venomous. Said I leaked client data, but it was his shady deal. I lost my career, my savings, everything. He walked away clean. Not this time. I keep mulching, but my gut's tight. I've seen that look before. In the court, guys chasing revenge, thinking it'll fix the hole inside. It never does. Clara catches me watching, her face softening just a fraction. You get it, don't you? She says. You've seen things, same as me. I nod, but don't speak. She doesn't know about the buddies I lost overseas, the ones betrayed by bad calls or worse leaders, but she senses it, number ascendant. Liam's a parasite, she continues, tucking a strand of hair behind her ear. Emma deserves to know who she married. Her vendetta's personal, but there's a flicker of something else. Guilt, maybe, for dragging Emma into this. I don't trust revenge, but Clara's too far gone to stop. She hands Tommy a list of her old lawyer contacts. Get these files to them, discreetly. Tommy looks like he wants to bolt, but he nods, muttering, this better not blow back on me. I'm at the Carters later, pruning their olive trees, when Emma's voice drifts from the open study window. She's with Sophia Lopez, her influencer bestie, and the air's thick with tension. What if he gets hurt for real? Emma asks, her voice small, like she's scared of her own thoughts. Sophia's sprawled on a couch, sipping a mimosa, all fake nonchalance. You want out of this marriage or not, Em? David's ready to bankroll your startup, but Liam's dead weight. A little car trouble, a scare, that's all it takes. Emma paces, her heels clicking on hardwood. It's not that simple, Sophia. I loved him once. Maybe I still do. Sophia rolls her eyes. Love doesn't pay for the life you want. You're 34, not some starry-eyed kid. Do it. I pause, shears in hand, watching Emma's reflection in the glass. She's not saying yes, but she's not saying no either. Her silence is louder than words, and it's planting something dark. The Carters' third party is next level, straight out of a sci-fi fever dream. The backyard's a tech showcase. A drone swarm forms a light show over the pool, spelling out innovation in pulsing neon. Guests test a VR game where they pitch to virtual venture capitalists, their avatars sweating under digital spotlights. Robot bartenders mix drinks with mechanical precision, pouring shots infused with liquid nitrogen that smoke like tiny volcanoes. A crypto bro in a Patagonia vest is preaching about decentralized finance, while a woman in a sequin dress pitches her AI therapy app. Liam's hired a private investigator. I spot the guy in a cheap suit, snapping pics of Emma when she laughs with David Ramirez by the fire pit. Liam's paranoid, and he's right to be. Emma's all smiles with David, her hand brushing his as he talks about her startup. I can get you $2 million, easy, he says, voice smooth as silk. Just say the word. Emma's eyes light up, but there's a flicker of doubt, like she knows the cost. I'm clearing empty glasses when David corners Liam by the bar, their voices low but sharp. I know about the Cayman accounts, David hisses. Step aside. Let me take 60% of the firm, or I tell Emma everything. Liam's face goes white, his jaw clenched. You're bluffing, he snaps, but his voice cracks. David leans in. smirking. Try me. You're drowning in debt, Liam. One call and you're done. Liam shoves him hard enough to draw eyes, but the music, a glitchy EDM track synced to the drones, drowns it out. David laughs, low and mean, and melts back into the crowd. Liam downs another whiskey, his hands shaking. I've seen guys like him in the Corps, backed into corners, ready to swing or break. He's close to breaking. Clara's moving faster now, her lawyer instincts kicking in. I'm at her place the next day, hauling compost, when she shows me a bank statement. Liam's funneled $500,000 to a fake AI startup, one of dozens he's using to launder money. This is it, she says, her voice steady but her eyes burning. He's been doing this for years, same trick he used to frame me. She tells me more about that betrayal. Liam was her junior colleague, charming but sloppy, cutting corners on a merger deal. When it tanked, he pinned the blame on her, forging emails to make it look like she leaked sensitive data. The firm fired her, her reputation shredded, while Liam got a promotion. I had to sell my condo to pay legal fees, she says, her voice raw. He bought his first BMW that year. Now he's doing it again, hiding millions while Emma thinks they're broke. I ask if she's sure about this, because blowing up Liam's life will torch Emma's too. Clara looks me dead in the eye. She'll thank me later. He deserves to lose everything. Emma's cracking under the pressure. I'm back at the Carters, trimming hedges, when she corners Clara in the driveway, her face pale. Stop spreading lies about Liam, Emma snaps. He's not perfect, but he's not a criminal. Clara doesn't flinch. He's been lying to you for years, Emma. Offshore accounts, fake companies. He's bleeding you dry. Emma's eyes widen, but she shakes her head, desperate to believe her husband. You're just jealous, Clara. You always have been. She storms off, but I see doubt in her posture, the way her shoulders slump. Later, Tommy texts Clara from a burner phone. Liam's planning to transfer another $1 million offshore next week. The net's closing, and Clara's tightening the noose. I'm alone in my truck that night, thinking about Clara's fire, Emma's doubt, Liam's secrets. In the Corps, I saw what happens when trust breaks. Units fall apart, people die. This isn't a battlefield, but it's close. Sophia's planting poison in Emma's head, David's circling like a shark, and Clara's ready to burn it all down. Liam's juggling lies, but he's running out of time. Me? I'm just a gardener, watching the storm brew, knowing it's gonna hit hard. These Silicon Valley types think they're untouchable, but the truth's got a way of cutting through the glitter. I've got a feeling this garden's about to drown. I'm raking the Carters' lawn, the air thick with the buzz of Palo Alto's elite gathered for their biggest party yet. The backyard's a Silicon Valley circus, lit up like a tech expo. A prototype AI assistant floats on a hovering platform, taking drink orders in a voice smoother than Siri, while guests sip cocktails spiked with liquid nitrogen, the glasses smoking like miniature volcanoes. Drones weave through the crowd, projecting emojis that pulse to the beat of an EDM track curated by some startup's algorithm. A massive LED screen loops, pitches for crypto tokens and AI-driven fitness apps, and a group of venture capitalists huddle by the pool, debating whether Dogecoin's a meme or a movement. It's all flash and noise, but I'm just the gardener, blending into the shadows, watching the fault lines crack. Emma Carter's in a red dress that screams ambition, laughing too loud with David Ramirez by a fire pit shaped like a circuit board. David's 38, all charm and sharp edges, whispering promises about funding her fashion startup. Liam Carter's across the lawn, his tailored suit wrinkled, arguing with a tech bro about blockchain scalability. His eyes keep darting to Emma, narrow and paranoid. Clara Mendez is here too, sipping a martini, her face calm but her posture coiled, like a sniper waiting for the shot. She's 40, a former lawyer turned housewife, but tonight she's the predator and Liam's the prey. 7 years ago, he framed her for a client data leak, tanked her career to cover his own shady deal. She's been collecting evidence ever since, and now she's ready to strike. I catch her eye as I sweep pine needles. She nods, a signal something's about to break. Tommy Chang, Sofia Lopez's IT buddy, is the spark. He's 28, jittery, always glued to his laptop, and Clara's got him digging into Liam's finances. I'm by the garden gate when my phone buzzes, a burner text from Tommy, "It's done." I don't reply, just keep raking, but I know what's coming. He's hacked the party's group chat, a fancy app the Carters set up for RSVPs and drink orders. Suddenly, phones start pinging, one by one, then all at once. Guests frown, scrolling, whispering. Tommy's dropped a bomb, files exposing Liam's offshore accounts, fake AI startups, $3 million laundered through shell companies, screenshots of bank transfers, emails, even a forged contract with Liam's signature. The crowd's buzzing now, the music fading into awkward silence. Liam's face goes gray as he scrolls, his whiskey glass trembling. "Who did this?" he yells, eyes darting to David. David laughs, loud and cruel, leaning against a palm tree. "Not me, man, but you're done. Should have covered your tracks better." Liam lunges, shoving David, and a few guests gasp, phones already recording. Clara steps forward, cool as ice, her voice cutting through the chaos. "You framed me 7 years ago, Liam. Said I leaked client data, but it was your deal that went south. Cost me my dispatching partnership, my reputation, everything." She holds up printed bank records, her hands steady. "These are your accounts, your lies. You've been bleeding Emma dry while she thinks you're broke." The crowd's silent now, all eyes on Liam. He stammers, "It's a setup, she's lying," but his voice cracks and no one's buying it. Emma's frozen, her champagne flute slipping from her fingers, shattering on the stone patio. Her face is a mix of shock and rage, like she's seeing Liam for the first time. Sofia Lopez, ever the opportunist, tries to deflect, cracking a joke about Silicon Valley drama season, but it lands flat, her influencer smile faltering. Emma rounds on Liam, her voice shaking. "You lied to me? All those years you said we were fine, but you were hiding millions, screwing us over?" Liam reaches for her, desperate. "Emma, I can't explain." She slaps his hand away, tears streaking her mascara. "Explain what? That you're a fraud?" The guests are eating it up, some filming, others whispering about shorting Liam's firm. Clara's not done. She steps closer, her voice low but lethal. "You took my life, Liam. My firm, my savings, my name. I had to sell my condo to pay legal fees while you bought this house, this life." She gestures to the mansion, the drones, the glittering crowd. "You thought you'd get away with it, but not tonight." Her words are a blade, and Liam's shrinking under them, his charm gone, just a scared man in a wrinkled suit. I'm still raking, but my mind's back in the core, watching guys crumble when their lies caught up. Clara's got her justice, but I see the cost in her eyes, years of anger, eating her alive. Emma snaps, her voice rising to a scream that silences the party. "If you'd just disappeared, I'd be free." The words hang like smoke, raw and ugly. Liam's eyes widen, betrayal cutting deeper than Clara's accusations. He staggers back, the crowd parting like he's contagious. Sophia grabs Emma's arm, hissing, "Calm down, you're making a scene." But Emma shakes her off, her face a mask of fury and guilt. I'm by the hedge now, watching Liam's world implode. He shoves through the guests, grabs his keys from a valet, and bolts for his car. I hear tires screech, then a sickening crunch. His BMW swerves off the road, slamming into a tree down the street. Not fatal, I can tell from the sound, but bad. Sirens wail in the distance, and the party freezes, drones still buzzing overhead like oblivious stars. I'm back in the garden, coiling a hose, when Clara finds me, her face pale but composed. "It's over," she says, but her voice is hollow, like victory tastes bitter. She called the cops, sent them Tommy's files, everything she's got on Liam. Then she drops the bomb. Sophia tampered with Liam's brakes, thinking it'd just scare him, maybe force a fender bender. She didn't expect a crash, but her fingerprints are all over it. Sophia's panicking now, cornered by guests, demanding answers, blaming Emma to save her own skin. Emma's sobbing by the pool, her red dress crumpled, the AI assistant still chirping about drink orders. The crowd's dispersing, some calling lawyers, others posting the drama to X. Silicon Valley thrives on chaos, but this is next level. I shake my head, thinking about the core, how revenge feels good until it doesn't, leaving you empty. Clara's got her win, but at what cost? She's avenged her ruined career, but I see the weight of it, the years she lost to this fight. Emma's broken, caught between guilt for wishing Liam gone and rage at his lies. David's already slipping out, probably planning to dodge the fallout. Sophia's insta-perfect mask is cracking, and Tommy's nowhere to be seen, likely regretting ever touching that USB drive. I'm just the gardener, but I know this. Truth cuts deeper than any blade, and this garden's bleeding out. The sirens are closer now, red and blue lights flashing through the trees. Silicon Valley keeps spinning, but the Carter's world is ash, and I'm left wondering who'll pick up the pieces. I'm planting azaleas in Clara Mendez's backyard, the Palo Alto sun glinting off her perfectly manicured lawn when she tells me the latest. Liam Carter's out of the hospital, banged up but alive, his left arm in a sling and his empire in ruins. The FBI is crawling through his offshore accounts, and he's facing charges for money laundering, maybe more. Emma visited him, Clara says, her voice quiet, like she's still processing the fallout. Liam admitted he knew about her flirtation with David Ramirez, said he was planning to hide their assets offshore to screw her over in a divorce he saw coming. Emma's wrecked, torn between guilt for wishing him gone and rage at his betrayal. "She's not the same," Clara mutters, clipping a rose with more force than needed. "None of us are." I nod, digging into the soil, but my mind's back in the core. Revenge feels like victory until you're left with the ghosts. Clara got her win, but I see the cost in her eyes, a hollowness that wasn't there before. Clara's garden is a Silicon Valley showpiece, all clean lines and exotic blooms, the kind of place where tech moguls sip kombucha and pitch their next unicorn. But today, it feels heavy, like the air's holding its breath. Clara's 40, a former lawyer who lost everything when Liam framed her for a client data leak 7 years ago. She's been chasing justice ever since, and now she's got it. Liam's exposed, his accounts frozen, his name trashed on every X thread from here to San Francisco. But she's not celebrating. "I thought this would fix me," she says, staring at her roses like they've betrayed her too. "I sold my condo to pay legal fees after he set me up. had to start over as a nobody while he built this life with Emma. I wanted him to feel that loss, that nothing. She pauses, her voice cracking, but it's just empty. I keep planting, but I get it. In the core, I saw guys chase vengeance for fallen buddies, only to find it didn't bring them back. Clara's victory cost her years, and now she's wondering what's left. Emma's selling the Carter mansion to cover Liam's debts, the kind of place that once hosted drone-fueled parties and crypto bros betting on Bitcoin's next spike. I'm there one last time, packing my tools into my truck, the for sale sign already staked in the lawn. Emma stops me in the driveway, her face pale, no trace of the glossy ambition I saw months ago. "Did you know?" she asks, her voice raw, like she's been crying for days. "About Liam, about everything?" I shake my head. I'm just the gardener, invisible until I'm not. She nods, like she expected it, then says, "I wished him gone, you know, not just that night, before." Her eyes meet mine, haunted, like she's confessing to a priest. I don't judge Scene too much for that, but I wonder if she'll ever forgive herself. She's signed up for financial literacy classes, she tells me, a far cry from the startup queen chasing venture capital. "I need to know how to stand on my own," she says, and there's a spark there, small but real. I nod, sling my rake over my shoulder, and leave her staring at the house she's losing. Sofia Lopez is scrambling to save her influencer empire. Her Insta's flooded with hate comments after word got out she tampered with Liam's brakes, thinking it'd just scare him into a fender bender. She posted a tearful apology video, swearing she didn't mean for the crash, blaming bad advice and too many mimosas. Emma blocked her, cut her out like a tumor. I'm at Sofia's place, pulling weeds from her neglected Zen garden, when I overhear her on a call, begging her manager to spin the story. "I'm not a villain, okay? It was a mistake." Her voice is shrill, nothing like the cool confidence she fed Emma. Silicon Valley loves a redemption arc, but Sofia's not getting one, not yet. Her followers are dropping, and her sponsorships are ghosting. Pub, I keep weeding, thinking about how fast these perfect lives unravel when the filter's off. David Ramirez is gone, skipped town when the feds started sniffing around Liam's accounts. Rumor is he's in Miami pitching a new crypto scam to South Beach investors. He left Emma high and dry. No startup funding, just empty promises and a trail of texts she deleted in a rage. Tommy Chang is laying low, paranoid the FBI might trace the hack back to him. Clara's protecting him, using her old lawyer contacts to keep his name out of it, but Tommy's not built for this. I dropped off fertilizer at his apartment last week, saw him chain smoking, muttering about blowback. He's a kid who thought he was playing a game, not realizing the board was rigged. Clara finds me later as I'm hosing down her patio, the Silicon Valley skyline shimmering in the distance, glass towers, Tesla dealerships, dreams built on code and cash. She hands me a note, her handwriting neat, deliberate. "Thanks for keeping quiet," it reads. "Next door's got a story too. Keep your ears open." I pocket it, my fingers brushing the dirt-stained edges. Clara's already looking ahead, sniffing out the next secret in Palo Alto's perfect lawns, but I see the weight she's carrying. She avenged her ruined career, got Liam to feel the nothing she felt, but it's like she's lost something too. Maybe the part of her that used to believe in justice, not just payback. "You ever think about letting go?" I ask, surprising myself. She looks at me, startled, then shakes her head. "Not yet," she says, but her voice wavers, like she's asking herself the same question. I'm driving to my next job, the radio droning about a new AI startup IPO, When I think about that final Carter party, drones buzzing, guests filming, Liam's downfall, Emma's scream echoing over the pool. Silicon Valley's all flash and ambition, a place where you're either the next Elon or nobody, but under the surface, it's just people hurting each other, chasing things that don't last. Emma's starting over, learning to balance a checkbook instead of chasing venture capital, but I see her face when I close my eyes, haunted, grieving the life she broke and the one she might have had. Liam's lawyered up, fighting charges, but his name's poison now. His mansion just a ghost of his ego. Clara's quieter, like winning cost her more than she expected. Her roses blooming, but her heart heavy. I pull into the next estate, another manicured lawn hiding another story. Palo Alto's gardens are like battlefields, full of secrets waiting to spill. Emma might forgive herself one day, might build something real from the ashes. Clara might find peace, or she might keep chasing ghosts. Liam's crash, Sophia's stupid plan, or just fate, cracked their world open, and now they're all picking up the pieces. Me? I'll keep clipping hedges, listening to whispers, waiting for the next bloom. There's always another garden, another lie, another chance to see what people are made of when the drones stop buzzing and the truth cuts through. Thanks for sitting with me over this coffee, means more than you know. So, what's your take who's the worst in this mess? Drop it below. My garden's got more secrets waiting to bloom. Till the next tale, keep an eye on the shadows.